Hey y'all, welcome to the family that reads a lot. We've been back to reading a lot. We're kind of coming into that shift of the year. Actually, when this video comes out, we will have started school the Monday before. So right now it's like 2 days before we start school, so I'm trying to get things done so that I can focus on just school for a few days. So we're coming to that kind of shift of the year. We're not completely done with summertime activities. Like, we'll probably still have some weekends and things where we go swim and do fun things, but all of the camps are over. All of the weird houred things are over. Any of our activities that happen now are more so going to take place in the evening. We're back to most of our normal activities. Well, I say most of them, some of them. But we're going to be going and driving to kids' activities, driving to things, so the kids will be reading more. I think I'll be reading more. I had really thought during some of these camps that I would have a lot more time to read, and I didn't. There were a lot of times where one kid's in camp, one kid's not, even though they were both scheduled to be in camps because times get changed and stuff like this. So I haven't been doing a ton of reading, and neither have the kids. But we're kind of starting to get back to it. So like, we're starting to hit books and get things done. It's going to be interesting to see how the dynamic changes with school starting, because my kids always have a language arts book going that's part of their curriculum. They always have, or not always, but generally have another assigned book that's either history based or just a really quality fiction book. Something that I want them to kind of get something out of, stuff like that. And then they have their for fun reads, that is what they've been doing all summer. So I'll be interested to see how much time they have for their personal reading this year. My son's going into junior high, so his workload is going to be much heavier this year with school. My daughter is going into 4th grade, so her workload is going up a bit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, we're going to jump into it, but son is 11, daughter is 8, both strong middle grade readers. My son in particular, very strong. My daughter reads middle grades and some other stuff, just never know, but mostly middle grade stuff that I have here, and I think some stuff from me. I'm trying to remember what's in the pile. But so I'm going to start with the first one that honestly I'm kind of disappointed. This is Emily Windsnap and the Monster from the Deep. This is the second book. It's by Liz Kessler. It's the second book in the Emily Windsnap series. Emily Windsnap is a girl who finds out she's a mermaid and has all of the things to deal with that. This one, they're going to another place and kind of dealing with some monsters and things like that. It almost gives me like Percy Jackson vibes, but not quite on that level. The only thing that bugs me a lot is the language in this book. Now, this is set up to be for middle graders, but it's a story about a mermaid. It's going to lean to younger middle grade readers. And the language in this book is much stronger than the language in the first book. So in this book, you have stupid, which was in the first book, but then they add in, oh my God, what an idiot. There's a lot of like, we're going to die, we're going to die, we're going to, even my daughter was like, why do they keep repeating that they're going to die? Like, okay, you're in a scary situation, but on and on and on. And stupid and idiot and stuff is not in here like once. It's all throughout the book. I, a lot of times at night, will sit and listen to her read right before she goes to bed. She'll read out loud to me. It's just kind of a time for us to connect and talk about the book she's reading and stuff like that. And I'm really not loving these books. I don't think I'm going to tell her she can't continue, but it won't hurt my feelings if she goes a different direction. She knows the difference in words you read and words you say, but it's still just frustrating. So I don't know, like, why? It doesn't help the story. It doesn't make it better. It's just there. So anyway, that's the frustrating book of this list. Now, on to some better ones. Well, sort of better. Okay. This one was for me. This is Cape Refuge by Terri Blackstock. I had seen this recommended on another channel. I can't remember whose it was. It might have been Chantel Reads All Day. I tend to watch her videos a lot. I've read Terri Blackstock before and really enjoyed her series. It was like First Light, Last Light, something like that, but enjoyed that series. This one I didn't enjoy as much. So if I'm gonna have the kids rate stuff, I feel like I should start rating stuff. So I rated this one 4 stars. I don't know for sure after thinking about it now if I'd give it quite 4, maybe 3.5. This book was just hard to get into. It was a really slow starter, and I don't know. I'm kind of in a place right now where slow starters are bugging me. I want to get into it. I want to be interested. I want to care about the characters. The setting and stuff was talked about a little bit, but not enough to get you to care about the town or anything like that. It had a lot of like strife between the homeowners and the town. So what this is it's basically a murder mystery type book. There's a couple who's murdered, and their daughters are trying to deal with the repercussions from their murder because they're inheriting essentially this house that's almost like a boarding house for people who've been in jail, people who need shelter, people who are having problems, and they're trying to figure out what to do with that. At the same time, trying to figure out who killed their parents. I think part of it is the pacing is really weird. So you have like action happening, and then all of a sudden it gets really quiet for a long time. And I don't know. I just had a hard time getting into it. I almost DNF'd it. But I really did want to know what happened, so that she had me there. And there are characters in here who make you start to wonder, okay, did that person do it? And there's some good twists to it. But in the end, it was just like, come on, let's get to it. Like, I think if this book had been 100 pages shorter than what it is, I probably would have rated it higher, because it definitely still could have got the story out there without feeling so long and drug out. So I don't think I'm going to continue this series right now. I may eventually. I may over winter or something when I'm not feeling, I don't know. I may not. Who's to say? Okay. Winter chicken dinner. There's always got to be one, right? This is Dead City by James Ponti. I got this out to read mostly for myself. I did get it out thinking that my son might like it. It is a girl who, it says, I hate zombies. I know it sounds prejudiced. I'm sure some zombies are really nice to kittens and love their parents, but it's been my experience that most are not the kind of people you want sending you friend requests. So there's the main girl in this book is, I can't remember her name. It's been a couple weeks since I read this book, so I can't remember the name of the main girl, but I didn't actually plan to love this book. I thought it would be interesting, but I did love it. The characters really make you care. They have this sense of like, this girl finds friendship and she finds belonging with the group of characters, and it's as much about her and her personal growth as it is anything to do with zombies. I like the fact that they take this and there's a local zombie situation versus trying to say it's all over the US or all over the world and trying to do too much, right? I think that so basically what it is part of Manhattan the zombies are on because of some sort of rock thing, but they can only be there. So it's compartmentalized, but nobody knows about it, right? So because my first thought was like, well, why wouldn't they all just leave? But it's a secret, so nobody knows about it. It kind of reminded me of the Disney zombies situation because you have different levels of zombies and some zombies are good, some zombies are bad, some zombies just want to be normal, stuff like that. So not all zombies are bad, but it was just fun. I don't know. I feel like I'm doing a really, really poor job of explaining a book that I like so much. You can see in my thrift books haul from yesterday, I purchased this book like immediately. And again, I will probably go back and read it again because I enjoyed it that much. It's hard to explain. So if it sounds anything like something you might be interested in, I say try it. There's a reason that this is a library book and it looks very worn. I think a lot of people have truly enjoyed that book. Definitely going to continue that series. So next is Keeper of the Lost Cities, Neverseen. This is book, I think book 4 is what my son told me. This is by Shannon Messenger. You've seen that he's been just gobbling these books up. I mean, this is a huge, huge book. I think it's like 600 and something pages. Yeah, it's almost 700 pages, and he read this within a few days. Whatever it is, and he said it himself, the way that Shannon Messenger writes, she makes you not want to set the book down. I'm not going to overly try and explain this one because I didn't read it myself. I don't know that much about it. And when he explains it to me, like, it makes sense, but it doesn't because I haven't read the book. I think there's just so much going on here. He said basically in this one, they're starting a secret organization to battle another secret organization. But that to me obviously makes no sense. But he said that every single book in this series gets better. He's been encouraging me to read this series, and I think I may pick it up in the winter or a time when I have a lot of time to just sit and read, because I think this is going to be one of those that I don't want to put down. And right now I have things that I need to be doing. So I'm not going to pick up a giant series like this at the moment. But he's thoroughly been enjoying those. And the last one is just another one of his series that he thoroughly enjoys. This is Warriors, Dawn of the Clans, The Blazing Star by Erin Hunter. This is a series of a series of a series. Like, she's got tons of these books. I think there's probably over 100 books in this series because of all the side series. This one in particular, he gave a 4.5. He said he really enjoyed it. It's good. It's same stuff. You have cats battling other cat clans. And I asked him if he was going to take a break when he finishes this sub-series because he has like 2 books to go. And he's like, no, I want to keep going. So he's enjoying them. Same thing. I don't know a lot about those. I just know that he enjoys them. So that's what we've been reading lately. Gonna have a lot, I think, of what we've been reading. It's just gonna be a lot of different things now. So I haven't been reading quite as much lately. Been trying to get everything set for school, everything organized and ready, but I'm hoping to get back into it in the next week or so as we get back into a normal schedule and normal things. So give us a like, subscribe. Love to see you come back. Gonna have a lot of things coming out. Hoping to do some fun fall type things, maybe some books that I recommend for fall that I've read in years past, because I'm not new to reading, I'm just new to YouTube. So thanks for stopping by. Y'all go read a lot.